For many people living in developing countries, the search for opportunities to make a living and better themselves is an everyday activity. And some of the destinations for a good number of Ugandans are the United States and Europe. Paul Kirungi, who is in his late 20s and who once worked in one of Uganda's media houses, decided it was time for him to pursue and live his dream. Kirungi's first destination was New York, before he eventually settled in Los Angeles, California. When he arrived, Kirungi soon discovered that life did not come that easy in the United States, and he first worked as a loss prevention in a store in Los Angeles. Then a few months later, he started driving a shuttle. It's now a year since he started working with the Super Shuttle, picking up clients from the airport and other places in California. This earns Kirungi close to $7,000 each month and has now bought into the franchise. Now owns a shuttle.
Super Shuttle is a ground transportation company here in Los Angeles. What we basically do is to transport people from point A to point B, and we measure at airport picks and drops. So that's what I do. That's what keeps me going. That's where that was bring the bread on the table.
He has employed another Ugandan and now does most of the paperwork. And while back at home, when he gets up in the morning, he starts his day with house chores, given the fact that he's still single. After cleaning up, Kirungi logs onto his computer to check the online radio that he runs himself. It's the first Ugandan internet radio station in California. This is another income avenue for Kirungi, which he says fulfills his passion for media since he's a former journalist.
About 2 years ago, I found that there was no any form of a medium of communication where the community go to exchange information, like the community leaders. They didn't have any form of communication where if they have any information they want to pass on to the community people. There was nothing like that. Yet in other states like Boston, when you go to Seattle, there are already radios there. So that prompted me to start Kubutaka Radio.
His listeners are mainly Ugandans in the diaspora. Advertisements on the site bring in some income.
That's the reason as why UNA approached Kubutaka Radio and they asked us to be their official radio sponsor.
So far, his station is the most listened to Ugandan internet radio in the diaspora, according to Google analysis.
Most especially the whites that have been in Uganda, say for vacation, for work.
The radio also provides current news from local channels in Uganda.
You don't only get to listen to music like any other internet radios, but with Kubutaka, you get to read that daily or up-to-date news of the happenings of what is happening in Uganda. I mean, that's what the people in diaspora want to know. They always want to know what's taking place home, what happened with what's happening with the government, who's rioting, and we got journalists back home in Uganda. We have a team of journalists back home who are tirelessly working every other day to make sure that they get this information, they get this news, and we put it out to the...
From his earnings, Kirungi bought himself a car, of which the number plate is engraved with the radio station's name. At around midday, he leaves home in El Segundo in Los Angeles and checks on his work colleague. Kirungi stresses that part of the money he makes is sent back home. In spite of all this, he admits that he misses home.
When you are in the diaspora, the only thing that is always on your mind is home. What's happening home? How are my people doing? And now that I have Kubutaka Radio, people are able to know what's happening back home. People are able to listen to music. If you're lonely, the only thing that you want to do is listen to music. But what music are you going to listen to? You want to listen to music.
After work, he usually goes to one of the fast food restaurants and orders a meal.
You understand? I'll do cheeseburger.
You want onion? Yeah, water?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And will them bar?
Yeah.
So you have 2 cheeseburgers, both Italian, 2 fried, 2 waters. It's going to be $8.61 at the first unit price.
How much?
$8.61, please.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
And though life in America may not really compare to what he was used to in Uganda as regards the economy, Kirungi has mastered the art of dealing with different people he meets.
Yeah, it's my best burger. The cheeseburger. I love it.
For now, he dreams of returning to college or university to study law and become an advocate in the United States. Maurice Ochol, NTV.